Yo, what's going on, friends? It's Jonathan and welcome back to another JC production where I deliver your daily dose of hotness. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some pocket-sized heat. I'm talking about a pocket rocket that doesn't know how to stop it. We're going to be looking at this guy. This is the Osmo Pocket, and all of this is what I like to call the ultimate Osmo Pocket setup. The Osmo Pocket is one of my favorite cameras. It's the idea of possibilities moving forward, as well as the form factor that really excite me about this little camera. Now, is it as good as an APS-C camera or even a Micro Four Thirds? Hell no. I mean, we're talking about a camera sensor that's as small as cell phone sensors, so just keep that in mind. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm currently using on my Osmo Pocket. You can see it's kind of rigged out already at the moment. You got the control wheel here. I really don't advise that you run out and buy the control wheel. I mean, the actual wheel itself doesn't really give you good functionality. I would have rather them went with like a multi-access joystick, and you don't have to flip this switch every time you want to go from like panning to tilting. But you do get these two additional function buttons, so that definitely accounts for something. The rest of the stuff comes from Polar Pro. You can see we have like a little gimbal cover here, and this is going to protect your screen and the glass on the gimbal itself. It just snaps right onto the front, just like so, and then you don't have to worry about your screen or the gimbal itself, getting scratched. The next thing is a little, basically, Osmo Pocket cage. I mean, it snaps right onto the Osmo Pocket. You can see the little latch here on the back. It just hooks and then pulls itself and then locks. And it gives you a 1/4-20 on the bottom and then a 1/4-20 on the right-hand side. This is great because what this allows the Osmo Pocket to do is mount to something like this. So I can screw it right into the bottom here, and now I'm actually attaching the Osmo Pocket to a little tabletop tripod, which gives me a lot of capabilities when it comes to putting this on a surface. Now, what's really cool is if I unscrew it from the bottom, if you're big on Instagram and you like to do Instagram stories, you could screw it into the side 1/4-20 right here. And naturally, if you have the Osmo Pocket on, which we'll go ahead and turn it on, you could see that the gimbal itself will go into a different position. You can see the gimbal went to the side. That way you're recording video in portrait versus landscape. Then you could put like a microphone right here. So again, this is definitely practical, and this is a major step in the right direction if you're only gonna get a few things from this video to getting like the perfect Osmo Pocket setup. Now next to it, we have another little cage, except this one, instead of giving you 1/4-20s, this one is going to give you action camera mounts. So looking at it, it just snaps right onto the front. So versus the hook and pull latch on the back of this one's just like a little door that, snaps shut on the front. And it gives you an action camera mount on the right-hand side, and then you have two on the back. You have one on the bottom and one on the top. What this does is it allows you to take things like this, which is a GoPro accessory. You just unscrew the little screw right here, and you would take your action camera mount and put it in just like so, and then rescrew the little screw back in, and then boom, now you have a different kind of mount. Now this is a little clip that I use. I put this like on my backpack, or I can hook it to different surfaces depending on how thick that surface is. You have this suction cup, which I have used to get a really awesome shot on the back of my car. So let me quickly explain what we have going on here. I have the Osmo Pocket mounted on my back window, and this is giving me a wireless feed due to the wireless adapter. So if I wanted to, say, switch around the gimbal, I could just turn it right around, go back, and I can also pan down and pan up. So this is great if you were sitting passenger and you were driving like at a good speed. You could control the gimbal to get some really dynamic shots. So what I did was I took the suction cup and I put it on the back window of my car, and it actually stuck really well. There was no issues. It didn't fall off or anything like that. One thing that really annoys me about the Osmo Pocket is the field of view. The field of view is just really cropped. Like if you're using this as a vlogging camera, you gotta really hold it out kind of far in order to get all of your face and some of your body in frame. That being said, I got the solution. So over here we have some lenses by a company that goes by the name of Case. This is a macro lens, we'll look at that in a minute, and this is a wide angle lens. So these just attach to the front of the Osmo Pocket with magnets. So go ahead and take this out, and it just snaps right onto the front, just like so. It widens the field of view to 18 millimeters, so you're able to fit, you know, most of your body, your head, even a friend, all in frame easily. So Case recommends that you put this on after you have started up the Osmo Pocket. So we'll go ahead and start up the Osmo Pocket. And now we will just take the Case wide angle lens and snap it right on to the front. Let's spin this thing around. And so this is with the wide angle attachment on. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove it, and boom, you can see it really punched in. It is like all up on my face. You can probably see the tip of my nose. You can see that I can look over there, but I can smell you over here because you can see all types of crookedness in my nose. Just putting that out there. I really like this little lens, and just like the wide angle, they also have a macro option, which is great if you're trying to get some, you know, really cool macro shots. It's more for like time lapse, or maybe even like I would say photography, because you can take pictures with this. So I don't really think that it's like for video to be technical, but you could get creative with it. So these are really cheap. This one is like 25 bucks and the macro is like 20 bucks. Not expensive at all, and it just opens up a lot more possibilities with the Osmo Pocket. I definitely recommend them. So moving on, we have some NDs from Polar Pro. Now NDs are extremely important if you're trying to get that cinematic look, or even if you're trying to do a time lapse or get some really cool pictures, because you got to be able to control your shutter speed and also your ISO if you want to get the most out of the images. Like if you have too fast of a shutter speed and you're doing video, your video is going to look choppy. So you got to have the double the frames per second shutter speed rule going on if you want true cinematic video. Now these in particular aren't just NDs, these are also polarizers. So we'll go ahead and take one of these out, and you could see it is a ND16 plus a circular polarizer, so you can dial in to cut back on reflections, as well as get that nice rich deep blue in the sky that you see in some videos, because that's also obtained through using a polarizer. So these are really, really nice because they're 2-in-1s. And then you have these, which are strictly ND. So you have ND4, ND8, and ND16. And they just, again, just attach right onto the front of the Osmo Pocket magnetically. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick, and boom, that's it. I do wish these were compatible with the Case lenses. Hopefully Case can make like an adapter or their own series of ND filters that will attach to their lenses. That would definitely be game changing. And moving on to the next thing, we have this little case, right? This is also from Polar Pro, and it holds all of my stuff. It doesn't hold everything. It's not gonna hold like all of the NDs, the lenses. Of course, it's not gonna hold the Manfrotto tripod, but it will hold the Osmo Pocket without a rig. It's gonna hold your USB-C and Lightning adapter. It's going to fit in there perfectly with the control wheel, and it will also hold the wireless base. You have, you know, like a little netted area for some odds and ends, and then you also have another webbed area like right back here that is elastic. So this is really good if you're traveling light. You're not going to be bringing a whole bunch of stuff. Because it is a hard case, it'll protect your Osmo Pocket just fine. You shouldn't have any worries. Now the next thing is the wireless base, and this also has like a little, you know, camera cage type thing. You just slide it into this little adapter from Polar Pro. This just fits right onto the bottom of your Osmo Pocket. So if you wanted to travel super light, you didn't want this on there, you could always just use this, and now you have a 1/4-20 right there. So now you can mount this directly onto like the Manfrotto tabletop tripod with no worries. The next thing I want to show you are these guys. These are awesome. So the Osmo Pocket is pretty much the perfect vlogging camera when you think about it. It's small, compact, and when you pair it with the wide angle lens, you can pretty much pull it out of your pocket and start vlogging at any time. However, audio is still a limitation. That's where these guys come in. So this is the DJI USB-C to 3.5mm audio jack, and this thing is freaking expensive. Way too expensive for what it does. So yeah, this just plugs right into the bottom of the Osmo Pocket, and what these are little capsule microphones. Technically, they're lav mics. They just plug into like a capsule type lav, and you could also use them as a shotgun mic. So this one is basically a shotgun mic. It's very directional. It's a little more expensive. It's like 50 bucks, but you can see it just plugs right in. So it would be like this. However, if you're trying to vlog like that, it just doesn't work, right? The microphone is pointed down, you're gonna get really bad sound. So that's where these little L jacks come in. Plug in an L jack like this, and then take the capsule and boom. Now, when you vlog, the microphone is pointed straight at you. And what's really cool is if you were trying to pick up the audio behind the camera, you can just swivel it around. Again, this one's a little bit more expensive. It's like 50 bucks. If you want to save some money, this mic works not as good, but still really, really good. This is by the same company, which is like EduTeach. The difference between these two is this is a directional microphone, meaning that it's going to reject the sound from the sides, and this is omnidirectional, meaning that it's going to pick up sound from all over. So this is what the microphone sounds like on the Osmo Pocket. This is the onboard mic. It's kind of a windy day. I'm out here by a lake, so this should give you an accurate representation of what to expect when using the onboard mic. Okay, so now I'm using my little shotgun microphone that I made for the Osmo Pocket. I got the little dead cat on there, so that should cut back on the wind noise. So what do you think? Is it isolating the background from my voice a little bit better? I don't know. Let me know. So this is with the omnidirectional, so it should be picking up noise from all around. It's going to be less directional, but the quality should be better than the onboard mic on the Osmo Pocket. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Definitely just got a little bit darker, so sorry about that. Either way, they both sound really good, and it's almost crazy to think about a vlogging camera that you can rig out to get extremely good quality audio and video that can fit right in your pocket. Now, one thing I want to add is these little dead cat things right here. These fit right onto the front of these small little microphones, and they will help a ton when it comes to rejecting wind noise. Now, one thing that DJI offers now is their little charging case, and I really don't have a solution for that, but you can always just get one of these. This is a small Mophie battery pack. This to me is actually more functional because not only can you use it to charge the Osmo Pocket, but you can also charge your phone. The exact milliamps are, let's see, 10,050 milliamp hours, and I think it's like 25 bucks or maybe 30 bucks on Amazon. So just throw this in your bag and you're good to go. Definitely recommend it. All of this stuff can be found in the description if you're interested. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, take your pocket-sized ass and like it. Go ahead and subscribe for more content just like this. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, leave them down below in the comment section. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for some more behind-the-scenes, non-YouTube hotness. And I will talk to your beautiful, smiling faces in the next video.